Kodak friends, I want to talk today about some of the legacy or the old methods of flash photography that Kodak put in place back in the 40s and the 50s. This is the Brownie 620. So this came out in 1946, and you can see this was really the first flash capable budget camera that Kodak made.
Batteries in the early 1960s, late 50s were not as powerful as we're used to today. So besides these penlight batteries, one of the things that were used was this 15-volt battery, and it's connected permanently to a capacitor to give that extra pop that the flash needed to operate.
Kodak was concerned about the safety of flash photography. These bulbs have the magnesium foil in them, and of course there's a lot of energy that are released in a very short period of time when these are fired. So in order to address that safety concern, they safety coated these eventually. But early on they came up with this shield, and there was different shields that different flash holders had. This one was unique because it was called the two-way flash guard. So you could use it for the flash protection here, or just you could get a little diffusing light out of it this way. When we think about these simple cameras, bear in mind that these cameras, this Taurus 2 and this Brownie Hawkeye, they didn't have batteries in them. So the mechanism to set off the flash was strictly mechanical. So in this case, the little mechanical reach rod that would just short out the battery and fire the flash was built into this camera. Cameras like the Taurus here would use this cable, and in this cable there was a moving little piston that would actually, again, short out the battery and fire the flash. Welcome back, friends. Well, here's this 1950s Brownie with this 1950s midget flash holder, but I did put some brand new 2022 AA batteries in it. I put this new bulb in here, and well, that bulb's probably from the 80s. And let's see if it works. Hey, how about that? Gold reliable. Look how hot that is. A little smoke. By the 1960s, the simple fixed focus cameras that Kodak was making for the 127 and 620 films had started to come with built-in flashes as the bulbs were getting smaller. So here we have the star flash. You can see the built-in flash for an M3 bulb. And up here we have a Star Mite 2 again. And then also with the introduction of the Instamatic, the 126 film, this is the 100. The 100 had a pop-up flash unit that used the A1G bulb, which was a much smaller. This is a Signet 30. Came out in the 50s, and what's unique, this has the Kodak Rotary 1 Type 1 flash unit. And what was neat about this was had the M3 bulb, and then you could rotate this as you would fire it. So it was loaded, you can see, with 6 bulbs, and you would rotate them manually. And on the back is the flash computer.
As I mentioned earlier, batteries in the 1950s were always a challenge, and keeping batteries strong enough to fire these flash units was a challenge. So in 1957, Kodak introduced the generator flash holder, which is really a nice setup. You can see that it folds up compactly, opens up with a reflector in the back. It could take the smaller bayonet bulbs or the larger bulbs. And the neat idea with this was it would, instead of having batteries, you would generate a little electricity with the spinning generator. And there was a capacitor in there to hold that charge, and obviously one charge per spin. Flash photography in the 50s and 60s with cameras that had adjustable f-stops was anything but simple. So this box shows the 2 different tables that you might use, one being distances and the other one being using the guide number. The guide number was the power of the bulb divided by the distance to the subject would give you the f-stop, as long as you knew the speed setting of your shutter. So it was a whole lot harder to do flash photography back in 1965. And this film, shot on an iPhone 13, Everything's automatic, and the computer makes everything so much better. I hope you enjoyed this flash photography video.